Uh, I wish I could.
BigJ1066.
Ha!
Last time, well, I mean, it's kind of recapping a bit more than last time, but we found ourselves like in this house. It was Maggie's grandmom's house, and like Morgan was there with his sword, and he attacked and like was killing Maggie, and he did kill her, but we also killed him. We also found some goo, which was Maggie's grandma, and that was like 2 sessions ago. But this session, we were exploring the kind of leftovers of the house to see what was in there, what kind of treasure. We found a bunch of mimics and stuff. There was a carpet that fucked us and a chest that fucked us, and we did find some hints.
I'm hearing a lot of fucking here. Shit.
Then then the guards came, and
No. You cannot continue the story after saying I'm hearing a lot of fucking and then say and then the guards came. That is not how this works.
It is exactly how it works.
yeah, dude, chill out.
And then the guards showed up.
And we who was it? Dorman used his fancy warlock techniques and looked like Maggie and sent the guards off.
After feet, it's amazing.
We snuck out in the woods and we went to sleep in the woods. And in the woods, we had a spooky dream about the flesh wall thing, and I think something attacked us. Yeah, 2 bears attacked us.
Burrs. We fought burrs.
Get a long rest. See you next week. Is what I wrote in my notes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. So
Does he get his?
What time of day it was? Because I remember there was discussion about that.
Does he get his inspiration?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So there was some confusion about like we thought we were going right to camp to go to bed, but like it was the middle of the day still in your mind, and that wasn't clear to us. And then we like got attacked. We hadn't even short rested, or I have a ton of stuff I can heal people in like 10 minutes.
So many questions.
So it is late afternoon. No, it was nighttime because the bears showed up and they stealthed successfully to get a surprise round on you, which nearly killed you.
Night.
Nah, dog, I'm here.
So with the bears dead, you linger in the silence of afterward, the dark clinging to the trees around you. There is very little of the firelight left, but it is enough to see the carnage that the party has wrought upon these animals. Also, that these animals are massive, even for bears. Sure.
So I make everybody super happy and sing some songs about how we killed those bears, and everybody gets level plus charisma, 7 temp HP.
7 temporary HP.
We killed the bears, we fought them up, we took their furs and kept their stuff. Anyway.
You're better than me.
Do we need so we've got a long rest now, is what it is?
If you want to.
I mean, no, I don't like having HP in spells. I'll pass. Yeah.
We're gonna play on hard mode.
Yeah, exactly. You know, long rest on hard mode is a week, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I think Jay knows more than most people that I've officially killed a low level character. I am prepared to do this if I have to.
Oh yeah.
Low level.
I have steeled myself against the fear of killing a character. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and take a long rest, you can. Someone needs to be keeping watch.
I'll finish
Didn't-
my.
Yeah, didn't we
keeping
get
watch.
through like 2 rounds of sleep? last
Yeah, we
time?
did.
This was watch 3, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you only need to rest a little bit longer to really. Yeah, a few seconds of combat wouldn't totally disrupt every little thing. So sure.
A
such
few
as
minutes
probably-
of chaotic murder that doesn't
Yeah.
disrupt anything.
Well, there are a couple of you that pretty much got the benefits of a long rest because of your trances.
Oh, it's a racial thing.
Yes, it's a racial thing.
Yeah, it is. Like literally.
And I'm not going to say anything further because this video is going up on YouTube. And
Yeah, I concur.
I am in even more concern about my image.
Oh, yeah, like anyone who watches this videos besides us. Do you think the moderators of YouTube give us views? Do you think that they care that much? I don't.
Sorry, did you miss that before? Here, I'll type it again.
Oh God. There we go. No, it's more that I show these videos to my friends who keep up with the game.
Oh, really?
They're very yes, and they're very excited about some of your characters. They very much like them. Dorman, you've got a couple fans.
I what?
You have a couple of fans.
I wish I played a better character.
Your characters.
Why?
Because this character is not representative of my work.
Like, no, I'm just wondering, like, why I have fans.
That too. Why does
Because
he have
they-
fans?
Because they're the character concept. Okay, that's it. We're moving on.
I'm kidding.
So,
Shit.
It's okay.
Did the laughter not cue off the fact that I
Let's
was
move on.
joking?
I know you're kidding. I'm saying let's move on because it's 15 minutes into the game. And we've only got until 9 o'clock. We're setting up for that was the third watch when this occurred. You need one more watch to get through before you've recouped your hit points and stuff like that. It passes without incident. It is now 4 in the morning. It's still very dark outside. It's very quiet. There's just the firelight and whoever has kept that last watch. I'm going to say that's Apotham. Apotham kept the last watch. As you begin to awake from your rest, finally fully having gotten yourselves together, you have a chance to do some daily preparations before you go about whatever it is else you want to do.
Okay.
So we get all the things, right? All the HPs and spells.
Yes.
My bad. Trying to close that. Sorry.
I don't have anything in particularly I need to do.
I'm trying to figure out what the best way to dispose of these bodies is going to be.
That's a good sentence.
Are we talking about the bears?
What?
Do we need to get rid of the bears' bodies? We can't just leave them and blame nature.
Hi, Apotham.
Hey,
He
They don't-
lives.
yo. We could, yeah. We're just going to pull up camp and leave anyway.
I don't believe we have to blame anyone.
Mind if I join in?
Absolutely, I mind.
Get in here.
No, come on, get in here, man.
It's room for one more. It's fucking party in here.
Yeah, you just disappeared into the night during your watch.
Yeah, I went off to find the bounty.
Ah,
I did the thing.
I did the thing. Name drop. Branding. Yeah.
So, yeah. Watch is past. The night is beginning to give way to the dawn. What is the party? Let me ask you this: what is the party's goal right now? Do you want to leave? Do you want to find out what's going on here? Do you want to try and finish negotiations so you can get paid? What is it that you want to do?
Gray wants to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I would
Like-
say too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like creepy stuff, but I definitely kind of want to know what's going on at this point, especially
Dorman.
with religion.
Yeah, Dorman wants to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We do need to finish the negotiations.
I don't even know what's going on with them and their negotiations or anything. I have invested interests elsewhere.
I mean, we would go back to the other town. We paid.
So you're going to have to finish negotiations to get all this taken care of. If you want to get this taken care of, you're going to have to go back to town. If you want to find out more about what's going on, there's a couple places you haven't visited yet.
The church being mainly one of them.
The church being the primary one. However, you've been told you can't go into the church.
Yeah, that's never stopped us up until this point.
If you want to try. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that like you're going to die, you should do that. I'm saying that if you want to give it a shot, you are more than welcome to.
Give it a shot, he says.
Yes.
Maybe we should go talk with the innkeeper. Like, she seemed to be one of the only people in town who has a sense of anything normal.
Didn't we? I thought we talked about it last time. Like, the reason we were staying in the forest was to go investigate the church afterwards.
I thought we were just like avoiding the guards. I thought we were like gonna get arrested or something.
No, we did establish that they didn't see us. Maggie said that we had left like a half hour before they got, and then she blamed the death of her grandmother on Dorman, of course, excuse me, blamed the death of the grandmother on Morgan.
We have we literally have a recording of what we talked about last time, which was like towards the end of the game, I think, before the whole combat situation.
Let's just
Yeah,
say
fun.
we can go back to the town safely, though.
At some point, I'm imagining someone putting like a flashback moment here, like like with the actual thing that we said we were gonna do last time, like in like a little recap in this moment.
Editor, please.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'll take a note.
I'm not paying Jay to edit. I'm sorry, I don't have the money.
But from what I remember, we never came to a real consensus. We were mostly going. I believe the closest to an agreement we got to was we realized we can go back fairly safely and just claim that we'd been lost in the woods because they already think that we're stupid outsiders. After Maria told us, get lost from her house, and then she mysteriously died by being stabbed repeatedly by Morgan.
I realize now that I've missed a prime opportunity for our barbarian character I have played to actually kill a bear.
Yes.
And I'm sad. Anyway,
I'll give you a bear character to kill later on.
All right.
So
That's great. Well, let's
I
put it
can
to a
barely
vote.
wait.
Waka 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 waka. Sure, then yeah, put it to a vote. Who wants to go investigate the church?
Aye.
Aye.
Sure.
I, in a very unscrupulous manner, suggest that we should go.
You don't want to know what's going on here?
To the church. We should investigate the church. It seems like it's the source of all this bullcrap. Also, there's probably some good stuff to. Well, anyway.
There's
yeah,
the
it's-
there's the Apotham we know and love.
Are you talking in character?
Yes.
Are you suggesting we rob a church?
No. No. A bit. A bit. But only because they deserve it. I mean, think about it. They've created this cult, and we're probably going to have to use some of that stuff anyway. So,
Yes.
I'm sure we'll have just cause. Is what I'm suggesting by a bit.
To be fair, they weren't a very nice church.
Is it truly a church? If we'll just look at what's been going on.
You notice that since our journeys have begun, my character seems a little bit more deranged than he normally is, because in a out of character sort of way, he has taken a lot of psychic damage, and this is really starting to mess with his head. The delusions are starting to get to him. He's starting to exhibit some minor signs of dementia.
Dementia, are you old?
No.
Okay.
Or I guess it would be, actually, I think the technical term is psychosis. But
Yes, it is. It's psychosis.
Thank you.
Didn't notice it at all.
I think most of you fail to grasp the situation that we could be putting ourselves in.
It'll
But not
illuminate us then.
Yeah, I don't think we should just go in guns blazing or swords blazing.
I don't think so either.
That's why I think maybe the barkeeper lady could have some suggestion or something. Maybe she knows when the place is least guarded, or I don't know.
I mean,
I doubt she knows any more than she has told us about the place.
I'm all for infiltration, and maybe there might be some other things we should do to prepare for that in the meantime.
Yes, all I am saying is maybe we should find out what's going on before we steal from a god.
No.
Have you known any god that tends to be merciful towards those who steal quite literally from their hand?
I mean, it depends on your definition, but I can't say that I have.
So, let us find out what is going on here. There is clearly something going on here. But the exact nature of what it is not been illuminated yet.
Hmm.
Most of these people that we've encountered have turned into these abominations. And we at this point seem to want to know exactly why that is. If this is the work of some sort of outside deity, then I imagine this church to be not a very pleasant place. But maybe it is more in depth than that. Our knowledge on this is limited as well.
I mean, I think in the process of us learning how to get inside, we will learn the things that we need to know about it, is my attitude. But it's whichever way you want to go. I get the feeling we're all going to end up at the same spot no matter what. Doesn't matter if we do it now or later.
I say that we sneak ourselves into the place. What do the rest of you think?
I think it sounds like an okay plan, but our friend Terrell over there is not very sneaky.
Yeah, me sneaky, no good.
Then he might be better suited to cause a distraction if anything goes awry then.
Ooh.
Or perhaps draw the guards to another part of the building so we can get in.
Chainsaw juggling.
What is a chainsaw?
Oh yeah, this is the bounty. Never mind.
Actually, no. I think like the idea of a chainsaw has existed for a while as a series. I'm not going to get into the history of that right now. That takes too long.
So, whatever the case, I seek to get to the heart of this corruption. My only hope is that the rest of you will follow me into this.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about we go to town, but we kind of stay in the woods? We like send somebody to kind of scout the place out and see what's up.
Well, and with that, Dorman will change himself to look like Imlarith could step into town a few times, and then he changes himself to look like, because I can cast the shit at will, I can cast disguise at will, so he just changes himself to look like each member of the party in turn.
Oh, nice.
So I could disguise
question to
myself
the-
as someone new. Sorry?
Oh, I was going to say, question to the GM.
Yes.
Is the forest actually around, like, the church? Like, I know this place is in the middle of nowhere.
Are you asking if you can get to the church without leaving the forest?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. He's like, I guess it's like
You'll have to
cleared
go.
ground.
You'll have to at some point cross from where you are. You'll have to at some point cross the river to get back to the church. The only bridge you know of is in the middle of town,
Mm,
near Granny's house.
mm.
How big of river are we talking?
Yeah.
We knocking down a tree type of river?
It's about 50 feet across,
Oh shit.
How?
and
Deep.
at its deepest point is you don't know how deep it is, but
Okay.
probably deep enough to be a problem, especially for those of you wearing armor, which I think is only Terrell.
Yeah, I've studied enough history. I know that's a bad idea.
I think it would be easier to find images of a church without like a bunch of buildings around it.
So I actually asked the bartender lady way back when the services at the church and stuff. So like, can I infer what might be an ideal time to maybe slip in?
This seems like the best time if you want to. Early in the morning seems like it may be the best time if you want to get through there without being seen.
Late cultists, wake up.
Church services occur at noon and 6 p.m.
Well, if we are going to cause a distraction for all the rest of us to sneak into this place, I think that we have a adequate way of doing that here. He motions over towards one of the bear's carcasses.
Than a normal bear. What do you plan to do with the dead bear?
It's not so much what I plan to do, and as much as it is the person who is the least stealthy among us. Improvise. Come up with something.
All right, Terrell, get in that bear corpse.
Oh wait, I'm climbing in the bear corpse.
You're
Like
a bear
a-
now.
Like a fucking tauntaun.
I'm down. Let's do this.
Yeah, you all send you in the middle of town. You act like a bear.
Why don't you just act like a dying bear? Maybe they'll heal some of your wounds for free.
The middle church is creepy duelist.
I mean, doesn't anyone have like some explosive stuff? We go like set off a bomb on the other side of town.
I'm
I
not an alchemist.
mean, we could.
I do not possess such magics.
If only I studied heavy metal.
I mean, you want me to set like an explosion in town?
I think let's check it out first, right? Like we all go near town and we don't cross the bridge, all of us, right? But like somebody stealthy goes in and checks the place out.
Okay.
That way we'll
I
know
think
more.
it's best if the bulk of us head in together instead of that. Ideally, if you could do something, a distraction of some sort that you might be able to leave from, not something you would be the center of.
So I take my two, like my middle finger and my thumb, and do that thing where when you're very, very aggravated, you put it up at the very bridge of your nose between your eyes. I just kind of squint my eyes really hard and I rub the bridge of my nose and I say, we have to get paid for this whole job. I've only seen what they put up front, half. We have to go finish these negotiations. I'm all for disrupting an evil cult. But I'm also all for getting gold. Can we at least humor the thought of going to talk to Decius? Before committing any kind of terrorist act or larcenous act?
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
like
a
that
good
idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
think
good
we're
idea.
wanted or anything. We kind of established.
We're
So
viewed with
as far
suspicion.
as we're aware, I mean, my whole attitude is to do it with as least suspicion as possible. I almost wish I could get them to believe that we joined their religion and have them let us in freely.
I seriously doubt that is something that will happen.
Well, considering my delusions previously in saying something about finding or I want to search for the bounty or the bounties within me or something, it seemed to make them believe I was a follower of their faith. One notices these things when they're going crazy, you know.
Really? I haven't.
There may be a diplomatic solution here.
Perhaps.
All I can say is this: if you all could bring me towards one of the people at the church, I might be able to get us in without a struggle.
Okay.
All right, so let's try the Decius thing first. I think, right, before we like infiltrate. I think that sounds smart. Because once we infiltrate, we're pretty much criminals, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes. I slipped into fucking Zephyr there for a moment. Yeah.
Oscar like turns to Amareth and it's like, well then, lead on, Mr. Diplomat.
We're going to have to clean up camp first.
Oh well, you know.
Put out the fire, fold up the tent, throw it on Terrell's back, and let's head.
Yes, Mom.
Karen says what?
Pardon?
That's right. That's right. I just kind of like run around, pointing and directing at everybody as they slowly clean up camp. That there. Sweep that. Cover that. Fold at the corners.
Roll it tightly.
All right. Can we blue skidoo ourselves over to the next scene then?
Blues can do. You can too.
I was thinking more like Wayne's World. Do 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 do.
Let's.
So I haven't done any cleaning up of this map yet. Give me a moment.
Yo, didn't he say that the forest was not around?
And there it is!
I said you'd have to cross the river.
Oh, the 50-foot river with the tiny stone bridge. That's right.
Yeah. Because we could potentially just sneak around to the side there off of the bridge, but I think that also, like I said, to require distraction.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't got no reason to sneak right now.
No, we're not sneaking.
Sneaking might be suspicious.
Yeah, but walking up to the church when we've specifically been barred from doing that is also
Oh,
suspicious.
yeah, that's when we start sneaking.
So you head back through the town as dawn begins to creep over the horizon. It looks like it's going to be another cloudy day. Gray
Yes.
hangs over you. Oh. Off-white cloud. No. Gray clouds hang over you, threatening rain as you trudge your way through the gloom back toward the verdant corner. It's a chilly morning. A fine mist has gathered along the ground. You have to pass back by Granny's house to get over the bridge and back into town proper. The smell is awful.
No,
There must be.
Well, sorry.
There are obviously still corpses packed in there, and whatever degradation has caught up to them in the hours since you left has rendered them has rendered them foul and rotted, and the scent chokes you as you pass. The door remains closed, however, and the house appears to have been undisturbed since you left.
I was actually going to ask if we were interested in coming back into town from a different direction, would it be worth our time searching along the banks of the river for a narrower spot or somewhere we could cross? Because maybe we don't want to be seen coming back from this direction now. Maybe we want to be coming from like the south of town.
I mean, roll me a survival check.
I didn't think we were dodging this.
I mean, I figured the more we own it, the less illegitimate will appear.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, that being said, even on a 19 survival check, there really is no spot where the river feasibly intersects with. Or sorry, the river feasibly grows narrow enough to cross without significant problems for at least Terrell, and potential damage to your gear for those of you with books or papers that you might be carrying.
Fuck you, buddy. Should you ever talk about my spell book like that? Okay, fine. Can I cast Prestidigitation on the 6-foot radius around us? So it smells like
No, just the house, not us.
oh, just the house?
I mean, it's a cantrip. It's a cantrip. You can deaden the smell, but it's not going to. You're not going to just remove the smell from an entire home that's like 70 feet on one side.
But I can make
habanero peppers or something.
but I can make it smell better
Spicy.
for us, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'll do that.
What's it smell like?
Cinnamon. Said always cinnamon. I'm sorry.
All right.
What is with you and cinnamon?
It's my favorite smell. Oh, you're fucking nuts. Fuck you.
I would have gone with jalapenos.
Spicy.
So you cross the bridge, and you're beginning to head into town. There's not many people out. A guard stares sullenly at you as you pass, and then, as you're almost down the road, the guard speaks up. "Oi, aren't you those outsiders came from Kirill?
Yes.
Where'd you get off to? You disappeared the entire day yesterday. We've been looking all over for you."
Oh, just exploring the area a little bit.
Yeah, that's some
Looking
business.
around, enjoying a nice walk.
You went camping, did you?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maybe tell somebody where you're going. You are here on a diplomatic mission.
Well,
He says,
perhaps we
laboring
didn't
with the
know.
word. Sorry, what'd you say?
Perhaps we didn't know where we were going.
Oh, got lost in the woods. Well, be careful. You smell like cinnamon for some reason.
It's better than the
Yeah.
alternative.
Bill, get along. Don't cause any trouble.
Us
guards.
never.
The guard scratches idly at the beginnings of a beard. He looks portly and maybe like he's in his mid-30s, maybe early 40s. And he spits and says, "Yeah, of course. You never cause any trouble. Get on."
Yep. You have a great day. My
Yeah,
walk
we
away.
need to consider what time is it now?
Probably about 5.
Like, do we even try and go talk to him yet? But the longer we wait, the more likely they are to fucking discover Granny's house. We may have a limited window to finish this.
Sounds good.
So we're going straight at 5 o'clock in the morning. What if the
I mean,
motherfucker is asleep?
it's 5 o'clock in the morning by the time you get back to town.
Yeah. So what is it going to be? Another like 5 minutes to walk over there. So 5:05 in the morning. Would he be awake?
You're heading to town hall.
To talk to Decius. I figured that's what we came back to do. Is it not?
I mean, yeah. You begin walking toward town hall. I need wisdom checks from everybody, please.
Oh no.
Is it related to the pale child?
Yes.
Is it a saving throw?
Yes.
Oh.
Is it everybody? You said.
Everybody that's traveling past the well.
Oh no, not again.
Oh, god damn it.
Yay.
Those of you who rolled below a 10, you take 1 psychic damage.
Oh, hooray! I didn't take anything for once.
Yeah, we have disadvantage on those rolls.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on that roll, my bud.
No.
My friend, my pal, whom
Yeah,
So-
I'm tormenting for my own amusement.
What are the thresholds of the psychic damage again?
10
Well,
and then 20.
Oh,
and
okay.
then 30.
Oh,
If you get
okay.
to 30, that's bad news.
Some bad news bears.
I'm at 19.
Bears,
Is it
yeah.
weird if I want to do it more now?
What?
Must be a glutton for punishment, my friend.
You remember
No,
what
not-
happened to your character in Strahd, Jay?
Yes, what? Something along those lines?
Yeah, way worse.
Poor
How-
Bendak Dragon Killer.
Bad Dragon Killer. Yeah, Phantom Matt. This is Jay's the guy whose character I killed.
Mm.
One hit, I believe, is the correct term.
He also killed my character in Strahd.
Oh, so it's like a serial thing.
Wait a minute.
No, I think it's like a GM thing.
Wait a minute. Strahd isn't a one shot.
He fucking one shot me.
What was the penalty
Level
on
5 fireball.
like,
Yep. I remember that fireball. I think everyone that was in that game remembers that fireball.
That was an emotional moment.
Yep.
And that was my first ever, like, flat out character death.
You are dead, dead,
What was
dead.
your question, Brian?
You are dead.
what was the penalty at 10 psychic damage?
At 10, you begin having disadvantage on saving throws against further
Oh,
psychic
okay.
damage.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that
gift
one.
of the pale child's gift.
Christ.
So,
Apothemere at 19?
Yeah.
Oh.
at 20, this gets so much worse.
Oh.
Guys, I'm so
Sorry.
fucked.
So, you as you're passing by the well, those of you who failed to save, you see for an instant, so quickly that you believe it may have been a trick of the. Well, you may believe it may be a trick of the light. child's head peering out of the well at you, the hands clenching to the wall, the top half of a child's face just watching you from inside the well as you walk by. It's there for a second and then it's gone. And those of you who saw it, your noses begin to bleed lightly.
Oh man, I just fucking realized the fucking Ring reference. Damn it. I don't know why I didn't think about it earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it.
So I don't know what you mean. I would never be so bold nor brazen.
That's okay. I've never watched that, so you're good.
So
I did when I was younger.
I
you
love
can
the
see it past
ring.
the well. How do folks react to maybe seeing that creature in the well?
Orith, I would have instinctively put my fingers up to my nose. I've checked it every time. This has been just a fucking terrible recurring event, and I'd like to imagine that his naturally golden complexion would have been drained to near pallid white. Cold sweat, wide eyed.
Yeah, my reaction is just he just sees this thing, and then just starts muttering to himself, just we're doing the wrong thing for fucking gold.
Okay.
You guys are
what
just
about-
seeing stuff.
What about you, Apotham? How do you react to this?
Oh, look, it's her again. Hello, lady. At this point, I'm like on the verge of like maybe having a break. I wipe the nose off my my face, and I just look. I'm like,
You
Yeah.
wipe the nose off your face?
yeah, wipe the blood off my nose. Right.
Wipe the nose off of your blood?
Yes, wipe the nose with my blood, and then proceed to just like go on like nothing's wrong. And I look at everyone else. I'm like, what? You what's wrong?
I'd like to think somebody would be ready to restrain him from trying to jump in the well again.
I think
No,
Dorman will.
that'll be at 20.
I think Dorman will put a hand on a shoulder for a moment. Are you two all right?
So,
Did you see the ring lady?
The child? No.
Oh,
Did you?
of course. I think she's my friend.
I don't think she is, but this is interesting. Can I? Would it be an Arcana roll? Okay, so this might get a little metagamey, but would it be an Arcana roll to fit? Like we already know that something is affecting our minds. Would it be an Arcana roll to figure out that this is an ongoing degradation kind of effect? Like, is that something I could figure out?
roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Nope.
You are too addled with the weight of all this to piece together right now what exactly is going on. You've noticed that Apotham or not Apotham seems to be getting worse, but you can't put together that this is. You can't tell if that's from the strange events in town or if that's just some aspect of Apotham. You can't quite piece together the thoughts, the disparate thoughts that are floating around in your head right now. It's too early. You're too rattled by the events, and this is all too strange.
Oh, of Apotham, but not of not Apotham.
Yes. You continue past the well, down toward town hall, which the looms in the sort of dim gray light of dawn. This tall black building lurking amid the mist. It appears unoccupied at the moment. There are no lights inside, no sounds. The building appears, for all the world, to have been locked up and has no one inside at the moment.
This is like the town hall kind of thing, where the
Yes.
discussions happened previously.
Yes.
Well, we know where the guy lives. How about we wake him up? He did seem a little grumpy. You might not like that, but
Maybe we should just wait till morning. We should probably rest. I feel injured.
No, you should have full health and stuff.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Never mind. I don't feel injured. Let's go wake him up.
You should also have 7 temporary hit points.
Okay. Thanks. I feel less than injured. Let's go mess him up.
you should have full rested. We all full rested, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wake him up. And Lawrence, got any ideas for this?
So you're telling me we're gonna walk by the well again?
Well, let's go wide.
Oh. Yes, all right. Follow me through this field of wheat. We'll just cut right around the south side of town. Maybe stick to the back of those buildings. And come up along the western end of Decius's house.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. So, cutting through the wheat fields, or rather the fields of crops, you are walking among the soil when you hear a rustling noise. You're moving amid rows of plants that have no business growing together. Stalks of corn that have tomatoes growing amid the cobs. Trees, orchard trees that have apples, pears, peaches, all growing from the same limb. Huge fruits that seem far bigger than their standard counterparts. It's through this maze of strange crops that you are walking when you hear that rustling sound just behind you.
Can I drop low and try to like take cover?
Sure, you dart behind a tree.
Yeah, so is it like something that is actively emerging from behind in the rows behind us, or is it something that we get to react to?
The sound specifically is sort of a rustling noise, as though someone were moving. And then when a possum stops moving and the noise of your travel stops, you hear and more rustling.
Oh, what? What kind of sound?
A sort of little gasp and more rustling.
I want to try and scan the area around us.
Can I try to assist?
Sure. Roll me a perception check, please.
What are you, a rogue, Popham?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can't he just do it? 21?
Well,
No, I get an advantage. Yeah, I get advantage on that roll.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll take the one.
Yep. So give me a second. There is now a halfling crouching behind a tree just north of Immelrith. He's doing a very poor job of hiding.
Hello.
Wait,
Oh, there.
why are we in the cornfields?
We're
You guys
trying
decided
to sneak. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You guys decided to go that way to avoid the well.
But wait,
Yeah, so we wanted to go to Decius's house, but we didn't want to go back by the well, so we took a wide route.
oh, okay.
You agree with that decision, right? Like,
But where were we at previously?
We were trying to
the
go town hall here.
Yeah. So why are we going?
Because
going
it's like
there?
5 a.m. and nobody's awake.
Yeah, town hall not open.
But we. Never mind.
Huh?
Never mind.
Okay, so you there, out.
Huh? Oh, damn it. He comes from behind the tree with both hands raised and says, what are you doing out in these fields at this hour? Shouldn't you be in bed?
I mean, that's a very strange question. What are you doing out in these fields at this hour?
I'm a guard.
How old
Guarding
does
these
this?
fields.
How old does this halfling look?
Maybe on the young side of young adult.
You're a guard.
Yes.
Where
You have
is?
to do what I say.
Well, of course, but if I may, where's your badge of office? Where is your sword, your pike, your shield?
I've got this, and he waves a rusty scimitar.
Oh,
I,
a fearsome weapon indeed. Yes.
I am still hiding behind the tree, right?
Yes, he hasn't seen you.
Can I try to like sneak up behind him and just be like, "So you're a guard, huh?"
Sure.
So I just very quietly. Do I need to roll anything or?
Roll me a stealth check to see if he spots you before you get over there.
Yeah, he does.
Well, you don't know that yet. I haven't rolled a perception check. He spots you.
Of course he does.
He says, hey, you skulking around over there? No, stop it. What are you doing in these fields?
Walking.
Yes, but why? You don't put. Wait, do you work here?
Do you guard?
Yes, of course. I'm on a new shift. This is. I don't normally work the mornings.
Well, certainly you must escort us to where we're going then, and ensure that we arrive safely.
You don't look like any guard I've ever seen.
Is it because I'm a halfling? Is this a short joke?
No, it's more the getup, the rusty weapon, the lack of armor, the lack of identification, the lack of halt. Who goes there? Like you have no presence. What is this?
Roll me an intimidation check. Possible.
Okay. Where'd my window? Un momento, por favor.
Un momento, por favor.
Hey, at least I can roll that decently.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. He like backs up a step and is just okay. Look. So this might surprise you, but I'm not a guard.
Not really. Continue.
Shocker.
You could be nicer about this, you know. You don't look like you're from around here. You're not wearing the sacks. Am I right?
Yes.
What?
The what?
The sacks?
You're not wearing like the sackcloth clothing.
No. We have a bit more fashion sense.
Okay, yeah, you with the mask. Yeah, that's a cool mask. Owl, right?
Who? Me?
Anyway, so he goes over to one of the trees, which has those strange branches filled with a variety of fruits, and he pokes at it and says, "This isn't natural, right? Like, I'm not crazy. This is not supposed to be happening, yeah?" This is weird,
Mark.
right?
It's pretty weird. Like,
be.
what do you know about it? You seem like you know more than us. Are you from here?
Well, no, I'm lost, and I'm trying to kind of get my bearings back. And there is a, I don't who left.
Apo got work
Potham.
call.
He says, "I'm trying to get my bearings, and I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you, but there's something sick about this town, and it's starting to spread, and I'm here to stop it." So,
What do you
another
mean?
person, but I can't find the other person. I don't know where he got off to.
What do you mean it's starting to spread?
The animals, as far away as Illyria, which is another town nearby that a lot of you would know about. It's another city, really. It's not a village. It's like a full-on city. There's animals near Illyria that are way bigger than they're supposed to be.
Spreading?
So it's not just the crops and the things they raise, but it's also like the wild plants and animals that are affected.
If this is a magical effect, it's not uncommon for those to act on a radius, as opposed to something more direct.
How far would Illyria be from here?
About 4 days travel.
4
So-
days.
Even
Oh, that is a long ways.
so, even further than I'm sorry,
Krill.
what's the original town? Krill. That's
Krill.
right. Even further than Krill. Yeah. So this effect has not been happening around Krill. In fact, Krill is a barren land largely, except
Okay.
for rich in minerals.
Hey,
Yes, at the
sorry.
moment.
Okay. So
I just wanted to drop in here real quick and let you guys know. I gotta deal with this work thing. I don't know when I'll be able to get back, so just play for me, or
Okay.
whatever. I'm sorry.
Yep,
Hey, you're
work
fine, man.
happens, man. Shit
Work's
happens.
Yeah,
We got
you're
you.
dead to me.
We
Alright,
love you.
I'll say. Yeah. All right. See ya.
It's a shame. He was doing really good tonight.
Okay, so if it's not happening up near Krill, I don't necessarily have a reason to believe him. Does he look, if I observe him, does he look like he's fucking mad? Does he look like he's speaking gibberish? Or does he, does he truly
that's an
believe that
insight. That's an insight check. That's what that is.
Yeah, I'm really good at those.
Yeah, you are. He looks sincere. And he looks nervous, absolutely. Terrified that he is now beset upon by 6 unknown factors. But he is definitely concerned. But as for maddened or insane, no.
Is there any dried blood under his nose?
Yes. I'll tell you that for free. I think it makes you roll perception.
Okay. Thinking about leveling. Welcome back. Thinking about leveling with this guy. Does anybody agree?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah.
What were you about to say, Phantom?
I just said I just got back.
Sorry,
Okay,
that's
so-
weird.
Noting the dried blood under his nose, I'll step to the front and I'll say, "Young, what is he? Halfling? You said?
Yes. Halfling with dark hair, tan skin, kind of a dirty face, and he's wearing animal skins. Uh, his clothes are mainly made of hide and fiber. Like it looks like maybe he took fibers from plants and wove them together into the pants he wears.
He must be a rogue.
Okay. He looks like he smells, so maybe I won't step to the front near him. Maybe I'll be a little bit back from Terrell or something. Maybe I'll even cast prestidigitation right under my nose before I step anywhere near.
Does anyone smell cinnamon? Oh god. Oh god. This is weird. This is even weirder.
What's that? What's that on your nose, friend?
Oh, it's strange. I've been having nosebleeds since I got close to the town. In very strange dreams.
Tell us of your dreams.
I don't know you very well. I don't even know your names.
I am Dorman. It's a pleasure to
Um,
meet you.
I'm
No, we level with this guy. I'm outright. Have you seen her? It? She? What is the? It's a girl.
child appears to be fairly androgynous. You can't quite tell.
You've seen it, haven't you?
And- Androgynous child by Fall Out Boy.
The halfling's eyes go wide for a second, and he says, "Seen who? You mean the dreams?"
Yes. She comes from the well, doesn't she?
Skin glows white, doesn't it?
I've seen a few things. My name's Derver, and I'm with a group of druids. Well, I'm joining a group of druids. I'm an apprentice to a group called the World Menders. We visit places where there's and he sort of puzzles out the word as he says it, thaumaturgical radiation.
I'm
And
legitimately surprised. I expected him to be a rogue. I mean,
yeah, I know, because of the hide joke.
Yes, because clothing is made out of hide. All right.
Yes. Okay. We as long as we've established that.
Mhm.
So he says, we visit places where magic has run amok, and we sort of reestablish the natural order. We've heard tales for a long time of strange things happening here, but when we heard about the animals near Illyria, we started investigating and found that they got bigger the closer they got to Deek-Spend. But they won't talk to me. They don't even want me in the city or in the town, and I don't know where my mentor went, and I don't know what's happening, and I'm suddenly very alone, and I just want to go back home. I don't think this is for me.
Who
Tell me-
won't talk to you?
The guards, the people here, the workers. I tried to talk to the workers in the fields, and they wouldn't. Yesterday afternoon, I came to the fields, and I started looking at the fruits, and they told me to get away from them or they would hurt me. And when I tried to talk to them, they just wouldn't listen.
But
Nobody thinks this is strange.
you're a druid.
Well, I'm an apprentice druid.
My guess would be your first attempt to talk to someone would be to the animals.
Yes. That did not go well. My mentor got hurt talking to one of the boars. It was calm until he approached and tried to speak to it, and he had cast a spell to keep it under control, but it broke and gored him, and I healed him as best I could, but we tried to rest. And when I woke up, he was gone. And I don't know where he is.
Well, I don't think we can tell you where he is, but Dervish, was it? Dervin?
Derver.
Derver? We share your worry for this town, and for what it's spreading. It's not aware that it's spread that far. We intend to find out what is going on here, and if necessary, putting a stop to it.
Have you been inside the town yet, in the center?
Sort of. I when they chased me out of the fields, I ran into the woods, and I waited for nightfall. And then I snuck back into town to try and see what I could find out. That's when I saw you.
Have you been to the center of town?
Yes. That well. There's something wrong with that well.
Have you got a chance to investigate that well?
No. Whatever's in there it's poison to nature. It ails me just to think of it.
Doesn't look like it's poison to nature. Can I grab down like a fruit or something and slice it open?
Sure. You can pick a fruit off the tree and roll me a wisdom save, please.
Does it have
Fantastic.
to do with the pale child?
It absolutely has to do with the pale child.
Jesus Christ.
How much are you at?
15.
Oh,
Look, the fruit's delicious.
Take 2 psychic damage. You pull the fruit free from the tree, and as you do, you pull a pear down, which is why you take the psychic damage, because pears are terrible. No,
Hey, hey, man! Why are you throwing shade at pears like that?
Listen, it's not my fault that pears suck. They're terrible.
I think you need
So-
to repair this conversation.
You pull the fruit down from the branch, and the stem where it clings to the branch itself, as you pull it away, you swear you can see a thin trail of sticky blood oozing from the top of the fruit. It's there for a moment, just an instant. But the scent of copper lingers in your nostrils even after the vision fades. And in fact, your nose has started bleeding again.
Maybe
soon as
you
I-
should eat that fruit.
No. As soon as I start to pull it away from the branch and I notice the long string, I would immediately like drop it in shock. And I'd
What?
probably
What happened?
shake my head for a second. And reach up and touch under my nose. Stop and stare at the blood on the middle finger for a second. It bled. Something was there. look down at the
What?
fruit on the ground too. What does the fruit itself lying on the ground look like right now?
It looks like a pear, a very large pear.
I swear there was something, sinew, blood. Can't you smell that? And I'll,
He is going to.
I got to wave my hand and cast Prestidigitation.
He is going to reach down and he's going to grab a pear off of the
What,
tree
this-
himself.
This halfling is?
Well, I'm sorry. No, that's a good point. He's going to pick the pear up and
Waka,
inspect it.
waka,
No,
waka,
no,
waka,
I like
waka.
the halfling is the one doing the action. I wasn't questioning his height or whatever.
So if he is, I'd like to. I don't know. I was gonna say I'd like to slap it out of his hand and tell him stop.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the second fruit that he's drawn since we've been here,
Yeah,
or since we've.
I'm gonna
and-
say that I'd say the same thing.
Clearly, it had an effect on me. So it's got to be. I would imagine having a similar effect on him.
Well, let's find out. No. He stares at you.
Okay
and
then.
says, what?
I'm gonna turn
What you
towards.
see?
I'm gonna turn towards the party and just like. So, what is our plan here?
Well, we were going to talk to Decius. I don't know. Due to these new discoveries, maybe we should go to the church, but we're still not.
Or
confident.
fine.
We might be looked at weirdly with this guy with us now, I guess. But
Aren't we? Doesn't he want us to find his mentor? Is there a lead we could try and follow there?
I'm gonna turn towards this this halfling again. Say, I think you should go and check out that well in the center of town. Maybe you would be able to figure something out.
I don't want to go to that well.
I'm kind of like,
Foul.
why?
The DC is 13.
Got it. He passes.
Yeah.
He stumbles backward and waves his quarterstaff at you. The quarterstaff is just mainly it's a small stick at first, but he casts shillelagh on it, and leaves sprout from one end of the knotted wood, and the staff takes on a slightly pale green glow. A slight pale green glow, and he says, "Don't do that again. I can defend myself. Don't cast magic on me."
The expressionless face of the mask does not change. He just stands there staring at him.
Not going near that well. It's anathema to me.
As well it should be.
I don't know who you people are or what you're doing here, but I'm gonna find my mentor. I'm gonna find my mentor, and when I do, we're gonna fix this place.
Before you leave, two things. One, I apologize for our comrades' actions. They can
Do
be a
not
bit-
apologize on my behalf.
I apologize that we traveled with someone who would do such a thing in that case. However, I believe it is in our best interest for us to share what information we have. If one of us cannot fix this, the other may be able to.
This man is no more closer to the truth than us,
And you know this how?
from what he's told us.
Yes, but he is a druid, which means he has a different view of things than we do. We view things, at least the wizard and I, through the eyes of the arcane. You, I imagine, in a similar way. They view things through the eyes of the natural order.
I view things through the eyes of truth.
Such a fleeting, flighty thing, truth. You always think you have it, and then it slips away, carried by a few extra words.
The truth that you speak of is not my truth.
I know very little of truth. I only know what is and what appears to be. Regardless,
I-
you have... Sorry?
All I know is that this place is sick. And it's sick in a way we've never seen before.
Dervin,
If you want more information, you can come find me in the woods. I'm not staying here for this, and he gestures at Gray, thing to try and take over my mind.
peace, I understand. I ask only what is the name of your comrades, in case we run into them.
He's a dwarf. His name is Kor.
Are there any others?
No. Just us.
And he's a druid as well.
Yes, you'll know him if you see him, trust me.
What type of clothing is Core wearing? So we can easily identify him if you know.
He's wearing hide like me, but the most distinctive feature is that his skin is green.
His skin is green.
Yes.
Huh.
A side effect of channeling as much natural magic as the world menders have traditionally carried. My skin will turn green one day too. And he
Fascinating.
says this with a sort of hopeful defiance of somebody who is trying to get their feet under them in a conversation.
Interesting. Thank you.
You hear in the distance somebody approaching the fields with a "Oi! What's going on over there?"
Dorman will turn towards Dervin and say, "You should run now. Be as stealthy as you can."
They don't want me here. They'll take me if they find me. I'm leaving. Bye. And he darts back through the fields and away into the forest. As Reagan, looking sleepy and bleary-eyed, approaches the. Hang on. Approaches the party, emerging from behind some of the corn plants.
Reagan, it's good to see you.
Wish I could say the same. What are you doing out here?
Just-
You were missing all day yesterday. And then I get one of my guards coming in saying you're coming in from the woods. And now
Huh.
I find you in the fields.
Well, as for yesterday, I'm afraid that after being dismissed from that young woman's home, we rather got sidetracked and a bit lost, if I'm being truthful.
And since you were not being truthful, I need a deception check.
15.
You're going to roll an insight against that. Not his strong point. Just under.
Ooh. Ooh, very
He
nice.
gives you a long narrow-eyed stare before he says, "Right. Well, you're not supposed to be here. The fields are forbidden to outsiders. So if you would, please."
Certainly, we're simply inspecting the produce. Thank you.
Right, you can inspect the produce when you're taking it back to town. Disappearing for an entire day during negotiations. Got lost in the woods, did you? Bloody hell. Come on, get out.
So, out of character, I have a specific thing I want to do to him. I'm not going to do it now, but I hate this character. And, like, I love this character, but in character, I hate this character. And I'm really looking forward to using a particular spell on him, just for the future.
Okay.
That's going to be, like, oh, it's going to be so much fun. Anyway, but yeah, so Dorman will nod to the others and just kind of gesture, we should go.
What do the rest of you say?
I move with the group.
I
Okay.
Yeah, don't argue.
Oscar, what about you?
Oh yeah, I'll say let's go with him.
Reagan leads you back to the center of town. By this point, dawn has fully bloomed across the sky, and a thin drizzle of rain is starting to fall. He looks up irritatedly at the sky, and then says, "Right. If you would, just head on into the inn. I'll tell Decius that you're back. We can have this meeting, and then be on your merry way. Right?
That sounds wonderful.
Right." And you head back to the Verdant Corner Inn. There is no issue with the well this time as you pass by it. Reagan walks you past it and then heads northeast, disappearing around the corner, heading toward the church.
Is the halfling woman who runs, goddamn, what was her name?
Aura.
Yeah, is Aura behind the bar or downstairs?
She sort of has appeared sleepily from a room behind the bar as you guys enter the tavern. She says, "Oh, you're back. I was wondering where you went." Oh,
Gray just storms his way up the stairs back into the room that he has rented.
oh, charming. Everything all right?
No, it's not.
What's wrong?
How long have you been in this town, Aura? You said a year?
2 years.
Something is truly wrong here. Truly sick.
Listen, I know the fruit's a bit weird, but it's not.
It's more than that. There are others who have seen it, and its effect has spread farther than we were led to believe. I cannot go into full
Effect?
detail. The animals are fatter than they should be. The fruits grow out of season, and they grow in foul soil.
Listen, and she looks a bit weary, and she says, "I know it's strange, but wait, you lot throw fire from your fingers, and clerics knit flesh like it was cloth, and is it really so out of the ordinary at this point for fruit to grow out of season?"
It's difficult to explain to one who's never studied the arcane. I am hardly a scholar myself, but there's an order to things. There are rules that govern magic, both arcane, divine, and yes, even profane, should one traffic with such things. This is beyond such magics. This is the power of something other. Something
Well,
foul.
and she waves a hand. Something other can wait. You lot look like you need breakfast.
I wouldn't say no, but I know that you likely will not, but I must, in good conscience, I must counsel you that it would be best if you left this place.
She gives you this sort of bleary-eyed stare for a moment, and she says, "Can that wait until after breakfast?"
Most likely, yes.
Look, I tell you what, I'll have checked the food myself for any profanities, and we'll go from there. Now, excuse me, I need to get some tea in me before we get started.
Would you mind pouring me a cup?
No, not at all. Anybody else?
Yes, please.
Coffee, please.
Right. Tea, coffee for the uncultured swine in the back. Kidding.
No, that's incredibly accurate.
Guffaw.
And she begins preparing drinks for everybody.
Is all things in order inside the room that I've rented?
Yes.
Okay.
Including your chest.
Okay. I'll make my way back downstairs.
Okay. Aura looks up as you come downstairs and says, "Oh, Gray. Anything for you? Food? Something to drink?"
Have we, this is a question for the DM just in general, have we
Sure.
been eating the food from this place?
You've been eating food at the Verdant Corner Tavern
Okay.
with no apparent ill effects.
Okay, then sure. Yeah, he'll say.
Okay. Okay. And she prepares you some breakfast. It's a pretty good spread. Some bacon, pork, or rather rashers of pork that she's stretched out over a griddle over a fire, and some bread that she has baked in a stone oven in one corner of the tavern.
When she's cooking, I'd like to have an interaction.
Sure, go for it.
Not with her, but
With it?
with the group. It's going to look at the rest of them and say, "So what are you all doing here?"
We were hired to protect. What was his name? Gia?
Greer?
Greer, yes.
Yes, whatever his name was.
The obnoxious one.
The one who turned into a monster.
A gibbering pile of flesh, yes.
And then he turned into a monster. Hey!
So, what are you doing now, then?
Well, we've taken over the discussions that he was here for in the first place.
And after you're done with these discussions, what are you going to do?
If we haven't figured out what's happened by then, we'll pretend to leave and then figure it out as best as we can. If we have, we'll leave, assuming that this doesn't end in fire and blood.
Well, I am here for an entirely different purpose.
What purpose?
See, I was brought to this place because of rumors. A place that has a bounty. Name drop.
Roll
Far
credits.
roll credits. Far more prevalent than any other inside the area. And a very discomforting approach to strangers. I come here and 3 now people have turned into monsters, some right in front of us. And it only furthers my suspicions that some terrible acts are going around here. So, I ask the rest of you, there is no coin in this endeavor, I would say. So what are you going to do about it, if anything?
Regardless of, go on.
I was just gonna say no coin, no coin, no point. You were go right ahead, please.
I disagree with our companion. Regardless of the coin, I will see this through. And I will see whatever foulness here stopped.
Aura floats across the floor and sort of starts putting down plates with these freshly cooked breakfast ladled on each, as well as cups of coffee and tea, and then she continues to busy herself while you guys are talking.
And the rest of you?
I mean, I'm kind of torn. I do like money, but nothing gets me like a good mystery. So I think I'm into figuring out what's going on too.
Is that everybody?
What about you, Taro?
I want to help Kirill, so I want to make sure Kirill gets what they need to survive. So I want to finish the negotiations and what we were sent here to do. Coin is a bonus, and if that entails us figuring out what the hell is going on here, then so be it. But my main focus is helping Kirill.
So, most of you are interested in money. I can't say that this will result in such riches. But the very nature of this place is disturbing, to say the least. I intend to find the source of this corruption and snuff it out like a light.
What is your motivation for doing so?
I have my own motivations for doing this. But for simplicity, let us say it is for the betterment of everyone involved.
So, do you know something about what's going on beyond what we've already established? Are you holding out on us?
I know no more than the rest of you do. These aberrations that come into being inside this place is not normal, nor is any aberrations being on this plane of existence. The fact that people are transforming into this is even more disturbing. Something must be done about this, and if I am the only one that will do something about it, then I will continue, like I have been, by myself. But if the rest of you are not interested in such matters, then we might as well part ways here.
What do you propose we do?
This place wears on my mind, as I can tell it wears on the rest of you, each passing moment. The longer we prolong finding what is going on here, the more chance that we lose our minds in this place and become no better than the bumbling druid stalking around this entire village.
To that end, then, we must keep up the appearance of why we are here, and perhaps if we are wrong, this is something less foul than we think, which I don't
Less
believe.
foul? Are you blind to the things that we have seen thus far?
To clarify, I don't believe it is. But none of us know everything.
What you know does not matter in this. The truth is clear. There is a corruption here. It is
Truth is never
changing
clear.
people.
It's at this point that there is rather stern knock on the door, and then Reagan enters and says, "Right, so anyone been by Granny Waxfeather's house lately?"
Not since yesterday about noon.
Funny. That would make you lot the last to see Granny Waxweather and her now deceased granddaughter alive. And at
But-
this, Aura stumbles, or she doesn't stumble, she floats backwards. What? Deceased? Yes. Poor
But, yeah.
Maggie's got her throat cut on the floor of that house. There's an outsider dead on the floor, too, and a good old pile of Granny Waxweather right in the middle of the floor.
That young woman is dead. I'm trying to project shock.
Deception check, please. Add disadvantage.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, fuck yes. Ha.
All right, he has to roll against a 19. I don't think he can pass this.
Mm.
No.
I'm a great
He's
fucking
another-
liar.
He gives you another narrow-eyed stare and then says, "So you left?" And then and Ara interrupts. "Say, Maggie's dead?" And she runs up, or she floats up to Reagan. Now she's in his face. "You mean she's dead? Who? She's gone? You come in here as though she didn't mean anything?" What? She like slaps him. What? Get
Ooh.
to the next tavern, you bastard! You did this! He stares at her, kind of putting his hand on his cheek for a second. And then he looks at you and he says, "You're not to leave town. Not until this is sorted out."
Of course.
I had no intention.
He stares at her and says, "I'll figure this out, Aura."
Would you
Don't
like
you
an
worry.
accounting of where we were?
I'll be back in a moment once we're done cleaning up. The scent filtered into the village. That's how we figured it out. Cinnamon and decay.
Cinnamon.
We all
And
try to hold this
and he
internal.
leaves, leaving you guys in silence as the dawn, that gray dawn, as rain begins to trickle down the windows, and gray light filters into the otherwise cold tavern lobby. And we will stop there.